Every single year in high school football, the best player in each state is rewarded with the Gatorade Player of the Year award for their specific state, which is a very prestigious award. But the one award that is even more prestigious than the state Gatorade Player of the Year is the National Gatorade Player of the Year, which is given to the best player in America. There's so many great players in high school football that at times it seems like it's hard to give the award to a specific player. Players have different positions, play different competition, and some players are just given more opportunities than others. But the award is given to the guy who produces the most on the football field. Stars and rankings really don't matter in this award. Our 5 finalists come from 4 different states. 2 players from Texas, 1 player from California, 1 from the state of Maryland, and 1 from the state of Florida. 2 of the candidates are running backs, 1 candidate is a quarterback, 1 candidate is a defensive end / edge rusher, and another candidate is a wide receiver. Welcome to the 3020 Gatorade National Player of the Year Award presentation. Enjoy. John Marty is a 4-star running back that plays for Allen High School in Allen, Texas. He finished second in the Texas Gatorade State Player of the Year award. While I know he's disappointed that he didn't win the Gatorade State Player of the Year award for the state of Texas, he finished 5th in National Player of the Year award voting. Standing at 6'2", 228 pounds, he has the great combination of speed and power. His physical abilities allow him to dominate on the season. 281 carries, 1,794 rushing yards, 30 catches, 236 receiving yards, and 23 total touchdowns on the season. He was pretty much the engine of the Allen offense this year, playing up against some great competition on top of that. Marty finishing 5th in the voting was definitely well deserved. Great season by him. Jermaine McLeod is a 4-star running back that plays for IMG Academy that's committed to the Florida Gators. McLeod is currently a sophomore in high school, so he's class of 3023. And when you watch Jermaine McLeod on film, the size, the speed, and the power all show up consistently. Even though he's very athletic, has speed on him, he is not a side-to-side runner. He is a downhill runner that will put his face in your chest. Now, McLeod's stats might not be as great as John Marty, but he did it on a lot less carries because IMG played less games than Allen. For the season, 212 carries, 1,175 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 catches for 73 yards. Even though Jermaine McLeod played on a very talented IMG team that was way more focused on the passing attack, Jermaine McLeod always popped when you watched them on film. He kept the defense honest, made sure that they accounted for him in the run game, which opened up the passing game. He's a 4-star recruit, 17th at his position in the class. I expect him to improve and eventually move up in the rankings by the time he graduates. Stan Amory is the only defensive player that's a candidate for Gatorade National Player of the Year. And his story is pretty amazing if you ask me. This was his first year playing organized football and he dominated from start to finish. He originally went to Modern Day High School to play basketball. Growing up, he always wanted to be a professional athlete. And his older brother, Sean Amory, eventually got drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL. The Amory family is originally from North Carolina, so when his parents found out that he wanted to be a professional athlete, they decided to send him to California to live with his older brother Sean, where he was taught how to be a professional. Standing at 6'7", 262 pounds, Stan always wanted to be a basketball player. But the more he watched his older brother play football, he always knew that that's where he wanted to play. So this year, he decided to try out for the Modern Day football team, and not only did he make the team, but he started and absolutely dominated in every game he played in. Just look at his stat line. 89 solo tackles, 70 tackles for loss, 40 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions in one season. He couldn't be blocked on a weekly basis, and he was so dominant that colleges that were recruiting him told him that he could reclassify up and join the 3021 recruiting class. Stan had the grades to do it, so he ended up starting this season as a junior and ending it as a senior. This year, Stan led his defense to the #1 defense in the nation in every single category and arguably the greatest high school defense ever. Modern Day's defense carried them to a California state championship and a high school national championship win. Stan also won California Gatorade State Player of the Year. He put up historic numbers, had a historic season, and led a historic defense in his one and only year of high school football. He's currently a 5-star recruit, 3rd in the nation nationally, 1st at his position, and 1st in the state of California. He's committed to the USC Trojans, so he'll play in the Big Ten next season. Congrats to Stan Amory on the all-time great season, and he definitely deserved to finish 3rd in the voting of the Gatorade National Player of the Year award. Congrats to Stan Amory. For the 30-20 football season, 5-star quarterback Darren Adams was definitely the best quarterback in the nation. Standing at 6'6", 160 pounds, the 5-star quarterback from DeSoto High School in DeSoto, Texas, lit up the scoreboard and led DeSoto to a state championship. When you watch Darren Adams on film, he has it all. The big arm, the accuracy, the downfield ball placement, and he's sneaky athletic. He's a way better runner than you think. Even though DeSoto has an elite wide receiver core filled with speed demons, 4- and 5-star recruits all over the field, Darren Adams still consistently put the football in places where only his receivers can catch it. He's a junior in high school, so he's the class of 30-22. As of right now, he's 10th in the nation overall in his class, the 4th best quarterback and number 1 in the state of Texas. The reason why he finished 2nd in voting for the Gatorade National Player of the Year because his 30-20 season was very impressive. 4,900 passing yards, almost 5,000, 148 carries, 786 rushing yards with 62 total touchdowns. His 65% completion percentage definitely could improve, especially since he's going from his junior year to his senior year. But DeSoto took a lot of downfield shots. Their offense was predicated on pushing the ball down the field. So naturally, a high completion percentage isn't likely, but he can definitely improve. I've watched Darren Adams all season and most of his freshman year. He's improved tremendously, and I think him finishing 2nd in the Gatorade National Player of the Year award voting was definitely well deserved. Now I think we all know who won the Gatorade National Player of the Year. It's pretty obvious. If you watch any high school football in the 30-20 season, you pretty much know who the best player was. And the best player in high school football for not only the 30-20 season, but the 30-19 season as well, is Cato Hendricks. The 5-star wide receiver has been pretty much unstoppable since he stepped foot on the football field. Standing at 6'3", 225 pounds, the sophomore sensation has every single attribute you will want from an all-time great wide receiver. He has the hands. I really don't remember him dropping any passes like that. He has the amazing route running ability. He can run any route on a route tree, deep, intermediate, or short. He can do it all. He has incredible speed. Pretty sure he runs a 4.3, but he might even run a 4.2 nowadays. He's only a sophomore. He has the ability to break tackles with his lower body strength, so you can line him up at running back and he can get the job done for you as well. He can also make guys miss in the open field like it's nothing. Spin moves, juke moves. He has every single move you can think of in his bag. Some of the best change of direction ability I've ever seen out of a prospect. When you combine his speed, his ability to break tackles, make guys miss in the open field, he's a threat to take it the distance every single time he touches the ball. Oh, and I forgot, one of the best players in all of high school football at high pointing footballs and Mawson dude. If my description of his physical attributes didn't impress you, now let's take a look at his production. Crazy numbers. 151 catches on the season. 3,068 receiving yards on the season. 32 receiving touchdowns. 139 carries for 1,663 rushing yards. We haven't seen a player be this dominant in a high school football season probably since Derrick Henry way back in the day. And what makes this even more impressive is that he's doing this consistently on top tier competition in high school football. And they don't even have his rushing touchdowns listed. I'm pretty sure he had over 30 rushing touchdowns on the season as well. Right now, Cato Hendricks is in the 30-23 class. He's ranked number 1 nationally, his position, and in his state. His top 8 colleges are Maryland, Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Penn State, Miami, Georgia, and LSU. This is a long time before he commits, but I can't wait until he does. Congratulations to Cato Hendricks, a subscriber to the channel, for winning the Gatorade National Player of the Year. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. If you want to see the 30-20 high school football national championship, then click this video right here. Or you can see every single high school football recap style video if you click on the playlist above. Also, if you want customization and control over your character in the Reason Sports Network, then make sure you click on the Patreon link to the right.